Alright, what's going on YouTube? Crazyncman here, once again left to deal with the difficult subjects. Not sure why the Airsoft media outlets don't cover this. They're more worried about looking cool or promoting their sponsor or selling you something. But we have no dialogue going on about what's going on in our industry that's really affecting us, like these Senate bills. And obviously by the title of this video, this one's about the shooting a couple weeks ago where the 12-year-old boy was killed in Cleveland, Ohio, while brandishing a BB gun or airsoft gun. Media outlets have used both words. Doesn't matter, the industries are kind of intertwined anyways. But again, I'm not sure why, especially large media outlets, are not covering and talking about this. Nobody's discussing it. Airsoft Society's got something running on it. I've seen Popular Airsoft do something. I've seen it on Facebook, people's Facebook pages, but it's just real short and quick discussion, argument, and then it's over. It's solving nothing. So I think this video would be worth sharing, worth discussing. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Crazyncman doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I've been in this industry a lot longer than most of you people. And yes, I do know what I'm talking about. Do have valid points. And the only media outlet that is here in discussing these difficult problems we have in our sport. So anyways, obviously there was another shooting, 12-year-old boy is killed. Now Cleveland is now drafting their own Senate bill to require airsoft guns, BB guns, pellet guns to be brightly colored and all this, just like the Senate bill in California. Remember when SB 198 started and there was a big, all the airsoft players were all in uproar, and then there was a little less uproar, and then the bill got passed because nobody seemed to care. But anyways, this comes down to kids losing their lives because they're out in public with a BB gun or airsoft gun. And personally, I think it is time in the United States for a licensing system. Just like in the UK, they have the UCARA licensing system. It's time for the United States to put one in play. And the reason I think this is our only alternative, it's obviously not going to stop completely. You know, if we put a licensing system in place, it's not going to stop kids from getting killed by the police over an airsoft gun or BB gun. But it'll offer some protection to where the media won't have any story. Because right now they're like, oh my God, look at how real these things are. They look like a real gun. We better make them brightly colored. And that's their story, and they're going to run with it. So if we self-police ourselves and install a licensing system in the United States, there's no story. Because then the story becomes, well, the parents shouldn't have let them have this. I personally feel that if you're under 18 in the United States, you should be required to use a bright green, and not two-tone, not partially, the whole frickin' thing is bright green until you become 18 and you secure a license to buy an airsoft gun that is black or, whatever color, but still has the orange tip. The orange tip should be left on. That is a law in most states in this country, so that's something that's still going to have to be, we're still going to have to adhere to. But I think the only way, like I said, is to stop the media stories is to have a licensing system in place. Because then what are they going to say? They're not going to say, oh my God, airsoft, look at this terrible sport. It has these guns that look totally real, but they're toys. There's no story if there's a licensed system. And without the story, then the sport can't get a black eye. It's that simple. Now, the problems with a licensing system are huge because the airsoft industry is so corrupt. And, of course, the big Cali Ford, they're not going to want any of that because that might cut into their big discount codes and Uber super sales. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done where if you want to buy one that looks like a real gun, you're going to have to, go through this, and this to obtain a license that allows you to buy them either online or offline. And to make it even harder is stores like Walmart are going to have to participate in it. So it's a huge undertaking, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody has got to step up and protect this industry because it's just going to keep taking a beating and taking more of a beating. The bigger the sport of airsoft gets, the more beating it's going to take. just from, you know, coverage like this and just from being in the public eye. So a licensing system, I think, would alleviate a lot of these problems. The whole Senate bill in California would, you know, and now in Cleveland, actually Atlantic City, New Jersey has already, they passed a law, I think last year or the year before, that you can't even sell them in that city. So it's time to police ourselves. Again, the tragedy that happened in Cleveland, you can point a lot of fingers. Who's to blame? But there really is no blame. You know, I know as a parent myself, I can't watch my kid 24/7. If he takes one of my guns and goes out in the yard and starts waving it at cars, I'm not here 24/7 to watch him. Thankfully, being my kid, he's watched me over the last 6 years, and he doesn't do that. He knows good and damn well he better not take one of these airsoft guns outside, period. He's not allowed to play with them outside. Does that say he never does or he never will? Of course not, because kids will be kids. They don't have the maturity to make proper decisions. And that's why we got to make it for them, to where you can't own one unless it's bright green. And the parents are going to have to know this. And the retailer is going to have to educate people. But a system needs to be put in place to put a licensing system in this country to where kids cannot buy airsoft guns, period, unless they are fluorescent, frickin' green or orange. So let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Please share this video and get some dialogue going before this just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And then all of a sudden, this sport just totally sucks because it's been ruined by people taking them out in public, waving around, getting shot by the police. So share this, comment on this. Let's start a discussion. Post it on your Facebook, on your forum, wherever you got. Open a dialogue and somebody step up to the plate and get this licensing system in place to protect the kids here in the United States.